Is there anyone here who plays soccer? Okay. Well, my name is Javane Baker, and I've been playing and watching soccer for about 10 years. And what I've noticed is that it's the players who score the most goals and win the most games that get all the accolades, awards, and trophies. Why? It's because of their shooting technique. How do you think they score all these goals? With perfect form and proper technique. For many years, soccer players have worked hard on perfecting shooting techniques, and at the end of the day, this all just boils down to two methods: power shooting and placement shooting. And basically, these are as simple as they sound. Power shooting is basically just hitting the ball as hard as you can and making sure that it beats the keeper. Placement shooting is putting the ball away from the keeper so that you can't get to it, but with not necessarily most power. For power shooting, you want to run up to the ball on a 45-degree angle, run up on your tippy toes, and once you get to the ball, you're going to plant with your non-shooting foot, and you're going to swing over the top with your striking foot, hitting the ball with the bone of your foot, otherwise called the medial cuneiform. If you're not sure what that is, you can look it up. Once you strike the ball with the medial cuneiform, your next objective is to go all the way to the ball with what is called your follow through. You swing all the way and don't stop until the ball has completely left your foot for at least a second. And once you do this, you should get a perfectly timed and proper power strike. Once you do that, the ball will probably beat the keeper or go soaring over the net. Regardless, the technique should be there and it should be perfect. But outside of the power strike comes another strike, which is called a knuckleball. And this happens when you cut the power strike's follow through in half. And sometimes this might be more effective because the knuckleball is basically an unpredictable shot where you nor the keeper have no idea where it's going. These shots are basically all that is to power shooting. This takes probably about 6 months to a year to master. It took me maybe more than a year, but that's just me. If you practice hard enough and have enough reps, you should be able to get this within a year time. Now on to placement shooting. This is basically the same steps but with less power, as I stated earlier. Basically, you want to run up this time at a 30-degree angle and run up the same step in the same motion on your tippy toes, and once you get to the ball you plant, but this time maybe your foot should be a little bit farther from the ball. You're going to want your foot at a 45-degree angle, and when you want to strike the ball, you want to strike between the sole of your foot and where it attaches to the upper part of your foot. And when you do this, ensure that your foot is placed at that 45-degree angle, and once you strike the ball, you're going to swing all the way through with the follow through just the same. There will be no cutting the follow through, just go all the way through the ball. And once you do this, you should start to see the ball making a bending motion. This typically happens to most players really naturally, as it tends to just be a natural human thing. Like, even if you give the ball to a beginner, when they strike the ball tends to come out as basically always a curve. But perfecting your aim with this technique, it's a little bit difficult, but less complicated than power shooting. So after about a week or so, you should start to see changes, but to fully get it down pat, it takes 6 months the most, but most people can get it within like 4 weeks to like 2 months. And with practice and reps, you should be fine with this. But overall, just remember, if you want to play soccer, you got to learn how to shoot. Power shooting and placement shooting, these are the most important aspects of the game. And if you ever decide to play soccer and you're wondering where to start, you should start with improving your shooting technique. And if you currently play, best thing to do is do the same. Thank you.